Look at these two little jewels. I went to well, I didn't go there. It was an online auction, and this and this were bundled together. And I just got done rebuilding a 1894 model Stevens favorite. So I recognized this, and this had my interest as something that I'm capable of doing, and did it once before and want to do it again. What I didn't realize what this was. So this turns out to be a Stevens favorite model 1910 32 rimfire, which apparently you can no longer get ammo for. So I don't know what my options are, but on this one it was in pretty good shape. The receiver was only touched with some WD-40 and a paper towel, and it looks pretty good. Barrel's a little pitted and rusted, but I think I can work with it. And I've been busy collecting parts for it. Extractor, springs. I don't want to say how much I paid for these because my wife's sitting over there and I don't want to get in trouble. But the ironic part is when you buy these piece parts and put them together, the individual parts end up nickel and diming you to death, and you're probably better off trying to find something that's already done, but that takes the fun out of it. But this one is really not my main focus because this drew my interest. This is a 1906 Winchester 22 pump, and I didn't know it at the time what it was, but I did some research, and this one has a pretty good history about it. And apparently they used it as a gallery gun during carnivals, and they shot 22 shorts at targets, and these things were all over the place, and I think they made something around 800,000 of these. And these are so popular that I believe I should be able to find the parts for them without a problem. The barrel, the feed magazine, and I would call this part A of the receiver is what I got, and there's some internal parts that I'm still researching to figure out what they are. So I kind of got this one on hold, and I'm concentrating on this one, and I've been busy just buying piecemeal parts. I found this. It's got a hammer. This is also, I guess, part of the receiver, and I got some wood buttstock, which turned out I bought this and I don't think it's the right model, but I'm going to make it work. It's got some extra features on here that I'm going to have to take care of. Here's the pump part for it. And then the fun stuff that is hard to find. A hammer with the stirrup. And since this is what they call a takedown model, there's a screw and there's a bushing and there's a pin that if you lose it, you probably can't find it. And then, so the barrel says it'll shoot 22 shorts, longs, and long rifle, which means you got to find the right carrier. And I've been unable to find the carrier that supports the 3 different cartridge types, and I found a 22 short carrier assembly with this little spring on it. And I said, all right, well, let me at least get that so I can shoot 22 shorts. And then I found another one that is not a complete assembly, but it's supposedly 22 longs. I said, well, 22 longs are still available. Let me buy this and I can shoot 22 longs. Well, when I took the two out and compared them, I didn't see any difference between the 22 long or the 22 short. So I don't know which particular one I have. I guess I'll have to put a cartridge in there and figure it out. But what I'm really looking for is the one that has some type of cartridge stop and allows you to shoot all 3. And I haven't been successful at finding that. So to make matters a little easier, I was able to go online and find a exploded parts diagram. The items in yellow are the ones that I've been acquiring. And from that, I made a checklist of all the individual pieces that I need to finish this particular rifle. And everything in orange is what I've already acquired, and you can see there's still a lot that I need to find. So that's the quest at the moment, is finding all the pieces. I did put a bore scope inside the barrel, so the It really doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like what I would call a sewer pipe. There is some rifling in there. It's kind of faint, but it's still there, and it'll probably shoot once I clean it up. I'll have to do a different video showing just the bore and what the rifling looks like, and do a before and after, at least for my own self-interest, and if it's any good, I'll share it. But so that's what I just picked up at an auction, and who knows how much it's going to cost me to finish these out. My first objective is to just make them functional. I'm really not worried about the cosmetics, so I'll piece everything together, make sure it works, clean it up with some WD-40, some bronze wool, and then maybe oil it, and just to prevent it from rusting. Hopefully the pitting's not too bad and the surface rust is not so horrible, and we'll see what it looks like at that point. And maybe I'll just get a bracket and put it on the wall and shoot it on occasion, or maybe I'll use it as an opportunity to do a more extensive restoration, depending on the mood I'm in. So if I can get them to look good and function, I'll be happy. And then as a next level challenge, I might try to do a full restoration on these. It depends on whether I think they're worth messing with, or just for the fun of it, or whatever other opportunities might arise. But this forearm and this buttstock are probably from two different models. They go with this Stephen's favorite. Again, this buttstock and this slide forearm is probably from two different vintages. Not sure exactly what vintage the 1906 is, but I'm going to do some research. It's got some numbers on it. There's some serial numbers. Of course, the serial number for this does not belong to this receiver, because I bought this as a separate assembly. So it's going to be a bit of a Frankenstein, and hopefully I can get it to work. And if I make some progress worth sharing, I'll let everybody know what I came up with, and hopefully get to shoot it. That's the objective. Over and out.